And welcome to learning session number 4 of chapter number 6 of Algebra, which is statistics. Till now, what all have we seen? We had seen mean. What is mean? It is the average value of the data which is given, and it takes into account all the numbers. And we had seen how to find the mean if this is the type of data that is given. Okay, if you are given data in the form of a frequency table, then we had seen how to get find mean using direct method, right? Direct method. So what do? You write class and frequency. From class, you find class mark, which is the average, and you find another. You make another column and multiply frequency and class mark in that particular column. Then you find the sum of all these and call it as summation fi. You find the sum or addition of all this and you call it as summation fi xi. And what is the formula for mean then? The formula for finding mean then is, give me a minute. Okay, so then formula to finding mean is summation fi xi divided by summation fi, and what you get is the mean of the data given in frequency table. Okay, that was mean. Next, we had seen median. What is median? When you arrange your data in ascending or descending order, the number which is at the center is called your mean. Sorry, it's called your median. Okay, so we know how to find median for such a data, right? You arrange in ascending or descending order. जो center में number आ जाएगा, that is your median. Then we had seen how to find median for this kind of data, right? When it is given in frequency table form. So when you're given it in frequency table form, what do? You find first the cumulative frequency. You find summation fi. Summation fi is your n, capital N. Okay. Then you find n by 2, and then you go into the cumulative frequency wala column. Okay, and check कौन सा cumulative frequency n by 2 से बड़ा है. So 150 is smaller than n by 2. You go ahead. 650 is more than n by 2, more than 500. तो उसके लेफ्ट वाला f हो जाएगा, उसके लेफ्ट वाला मीडियन क्लास हो जाएगा, और उसके ऊपर वाला cf हो जाएगा, right? Then you find L is the lower class limit of median class, and H is the subtraction of both the numbers in median class. Okay, तो 12 minus 10 कितना हो गया? 2 हो गया. Then you use the formula, substitute, and then you calculate and write the final answer. This is how you find median, right? Next, we had seen mode. What is mode? It is the number in the data which comes most number of times. Okay, so यहाँ पे 8 तीन बार आ गया तो mode 8 हो गया. Okay, because that has come the most number of times in this particular data. What do when you have to find mode and the data is in frequency table form? Then what you do is you first find the highest frequency. Highest frequency जो है, समझो यहाँ पे 80 है, that will be your f1, उसके ऊपर का f0, उसके नीचे का f2, उसके लेफ्ट का modal class. Okay, so again you find capital L, which is the lower class limit of modal class. यहाँ पे 4 हो गया. H क्या modal class का subtraction, 5 minus 4 is 1. यहाँ पे 1 हो गया. बाकी तो हम लोग ने मार्क किया था टेबल में. Use the formula, substitute, calculate, and write the final answer. Okay, so till now finding mean, median, and mode we have understood both for normal data as well as frequency table में जो data मिलता है उसके लिए. Okay, we know how to find mean, median, and mode. But one thing we haven't discussed till now, which is this point number 2 for median as well as mode. Okay, median and mode का second point same है. Make the classes continuous if they are not continuous. ये median के लिए भी true है, and make the classes continuous if they are not continuous. ये mode के लिए भी true है. ये step मैंने लिख के दिया, right? It is not necessary कि mean के लिए classes continuous होने चाहिए. Okay, if you are finding mean from frequency table, तो अगर classes continuous नहीं है तो भी चलेगा. You can just use the method I have given you all. But if you want to find mode or if you want to find median and the frequency table में जो classes दे वो continuous नहीं है, then you have to make it continuous. So today we're going to look into that second step. Okay, so our objective for today is going to be students will be able to find median and mode when the classes are not continuous. जब continuous होते, that we have already seen in the last two learning sessions. Today we're going to see what do we do when the classes are not continuous. I have said in the step that you have to make them continuous. कैसे continuous बनाना है, that we are going to see today. Okay, so what is continuous class? We have already seen, right? What is continuous class? जब कोई भी क्लास ले लो, उसका अपर लिमिट देखो 100 एंड उसके नीचे वाले क्लास का लोअर लिमिट देखो 100. They both of them should be same. Whenever both of them are equal, you call it as a continuous class. Okay, so यहाँ पे भी 100 है, यहाँ पे भी 100, यहाँ पे 150, यहाँ पे भी 150, यहाँ पे 200, यहाँ पे भी 200. So there is no gap between two consecutive classes. Okay, whenever there is no gap between consecutive classes, that is called as a continuous class. Okay, then how do you make classes continuous? If it is not continuous, in the second step of median and mode, they have written If it is not continuous, you have to make it continuous. तो continuous कैसे बनाते हैं? So these are the steps. Okay. So here is an example of a class which is not continuous. 1 to 3. Okay. So 3 के बाद directly 5 आ गया. यहाँ पे 3 नहीं है. फिर 5 to 7. 7 के बाद directly 9 आ गया. तो बीच में gaps है. Classes के बीच में gaps है. Okay. So if you want to make this a continuous class, these are the steps you will follow. So what is your first step? First step is find the difference between upper class limit of a class and lower class limit of the next class. Okay. So difference between upper class limit of a class. तो पहला class ले लेते हैं. इसका upper class limit क्या है? 3. फिर लोअर क्लास लिमिट ऑफ द नेक्स्ट क्लास. नेक्स्ट क्लास क्या है? यानी उसके नीचे वाला क्लास. उसका लोअर लिमिट क्या है? 5. तो उनका डिफरेंस फाइंड आउट करना है, यानी उनको सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है. सो यहाँ पे 5 माइनस 3 करना पड़ेगा. ओके. सो 5 माइनस 3 यहाँ पे लिख दिया मैंने. 5 माइनस 3 इज 2. यू कैन ऑल्सो टेक दिस पर्टिकुलर क्लास, राइट. इस क्लास का अपर क्लास लिमिट ले लो 7 और उसके नेक्स्ट क्लास का लोअर क्लास लिमिट ले लो 9. सो 9 माइनस 7 विल बी ऑल्सो 2. ओके. कोई भी दो क्लास का तुम लोग अपर लिमिट एंड लोअर लिमिट माइनस कर सकते हो, बट वो लोग ऊपर नीचे के होने चाहिए. ओके. आइदर दिस फर्स्ट क्लास एंड सेकंड क्लास यू कैन टेक, और सेकंड क्लास एंड थर्ड क्लास यू कैन टेक. यू कैन नॉट टेक फर्स्ट एंड थर्ड क्लास. ऊपर नीचे के क्लासेस होने चाहिए. ओके. एंड कोई भी ले लो क्लास, कोई भी डिफरेंस फाइंड आउट कर लो, द आंसर विल ऑलवेज बी सेम. यहाँ पे भी 2 आया था हमें, यहाँ पे भी 2 आया. ओके. सो आवर फर्स्ट स्टेप इज डन. नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज डिवाइड द डिफरेंस बाय 2. सो ये जो डिफरेंस मिला है तुम्हें फर्स्ट स्टेप में, उसको 2 से डिवाइड करना है. So difference 2 मिला था, 2 को 2 से डिवाइड करो, the answer is 1. So second step is also done now. Next step is subtract this number from all the lower class limits and add this number to all the upper class limits. Okay. तो पहले ये लोअर क्लास लिमिट थे सारे लेफ्ट साइड के नंबर्स, अपर क्लास लिमिट थे सारे राइट साइड के नंबर्स. सो लेफ्ट साइड के नंबर्स में मैंने ये नंबर सब्ट्रैक्ट किया. कौन सा नंबर? जो यहाँ पे सेकंड स्टेप में मिला था मुझे 2 से डिवाइड करने के बाद. So that number I have subtracted from all lower class limits, and the same number I have added to the upper class of all upper limits. Okay, is this clear? So see, यहाँ पे 1 लिखा था, यहाँ पे भी 1, यहाँ पे 5 है, यहाँ पे भी 5, यहाँ पे 9 है, यहाँ पे भी 9, एंड राइट साइड में यहाँ पे 3 था, यहाँ पे भी 3, यहाँ पे 7 था, यहाँ पे भी 7, यहाँ पे 11 था, यहाँ पे भी 11. लेफ्ट साइड I have always minus 1, राइट साइड में I have always added 1, क्योंकि ये 1 नंबर हमें सेकेंड स्टेप के एंड में मिला था. ओके. सो यू डू दैट, एंड देन व्हाट इज द फाइनल स्टेप? फाइनल स्टेप इज राइट द कंटिन्यूअस क्लास. सो 1 minus 1 is 0, 3 plus 1 is 4, 5 minus 1 is 4, 7 plus 1 is 8, 9 minus 1 is 8, 11 plus 1 is 12. तो हो गया ना अभी कंटिन्यूअस. यहाँ पे भी 4, यहाँ पे भी 4 आ गया, यहाँ पे 8, यहाँ पे भी 8 आ गया. So now we have converted a class which is not continuous into a continuous class, and these are the steps you will follow to make the classes continuous. Okay. It's just one extra step. I'm going to quickly revise. इन 3 steps में क्या बोला है? ये जो दो नंबर्स है उसका डिफरेंस निकालो. ओके. सो यहाँ पे 3, यहाँ पे 5 है. सेम नंबर होना चाहिए था, बट सेम नंबर नहीं है. सो फाइंड आउट इट्स डिफरेंस. डिफरेंस यानी सब्ट्रैक्ट करो. 5 minus 3 2. whichever number you get divide by 2. so 2 divided by 2 1. so 1 को लेफ्ट साइड में हमेशा सब्ट्रैक्ट करो, 1 को राइट साइड में हमेशा ऐड कर दो, and whatever you get is the final continuous class. Okay. so that is how you make classes continuous. Okay. So 2 sums were remaining from our previous practice sets. Okay. Practice set 6.3 fourth sum was remaining, and practice set 6.2 third sum was remaining. 6.3 is about modes and 6.2 is about medians. Okay. So we're going to complete these 2 sums today. Okay. So let us begin with our first sum, which is fourth sum of practice set 6.3. What are they asking? They are asking the following frequency distribution table gives the ages of 200 patients treated in a hospital in a week. Okay, एक hospital है, उसमें 200 patients को treat किया गया था एक हफ्ते में. Find the mode of ages of the patients. उनका जो age है उसका उन patients का जो age है उसका mode निकालना. Okay, so how is the data given? 38 patients had less than 5. 38 patients age was less than 5. Okay, 5 से कम उम्र वाले 38 patients थे. 32 patients had age between 5 to 9 years. 50 patients had age between 10 to 14 years. 36 patients had age between 15 to 19 years. So that is what this table is telling us. Okay. So what is the first step? Make 2 columns, class and frequency, and both of them are given in the question, right? So I've done that. यहाँ पे class में मैंने लिखा है age and in years, and यहाँ पे frequency में मैंने लिखा है number of patients. Okay. यहाँ पे जो हॉरिजॉन्टली लिखा था यहाँ पे सेम टू सेम वर्टिकली कॉपी कर दिया, यहाँ पे जो हॉरिजॉन्टली लिखा था सेम टू सेम वर्टिकली कॉपी कर दिया. सो आई एम डन विथ माय फर्स्ट स्टेप. सेकंड स्टेप, मेक द क्लासेस कंटिन्यूअस इफ दे आर नॉट कंटिन्यूअस. ओके, let us check, are these classes continuous? यहाँ पे less than 5 दिया तो इसको छोड़ दो, we can't really analyze. Here you have the number 9 but you have 10 here, 14 15 here, 19 20 here. So the upper class limit of a class and the lower class limit of the next class is not equal. ये दो numbers equal होने चाहिए, 19 और 20, but equal नहीं है. So these are not continuous classes. So you will have to make them continuous, and we have seen how to make them continuous, right? You will make another column and you will name it as continuous class. Then you will follow these steps. We have already seen these steps, right? First is find the difference between the upper class limit of a class and the lower class limit of the next class. Okay, तो पहला तो ये less than 5 दिया तो इसको ignore कर दो. Next देखो 5 to 9. So let us take the upper class limit of this class 9. And then the lower class limit of the next class 10. So 10 minus 9. 10 minus 9 कितना होगा? 1. यहाँ पे लिखा है 10 minus 9. You can do it with any two classes. Okay, बस ऊपर नीचे के होने चाहिए. So let us check in the next class also. 14 है यहाँ पे 15 है. So 15 minus 14 is also coming 1. Okay, कहीं से भी कर लो सेम ही आएगा. So first step is done. Next step, divide the difference by 2. So difference 1 आ गया, उसको 2 से divide करना है. तो 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. Next, third step is subtract this number from lower class limit of all classes and add this number to the upper class limit of all classes. Okay, 0.5 subtract करना है लेफ्ट साइड के नंबर्स से और 0.5 को ऐड करना है राइट साइड के नंबर्स में. ओके, ये लेस देन 5 का क्या करना है हम लोग एंड में देखेंगे. So what do you get? 5 minus 0.5 will give you 4.5. 10 minus 0.5 will give you 9.5. 15 minus 0.5 will give you 14.5, so on and so forth. Similarly, right side में 0.5 add करना है. So 9 plus 0.5 is 9.5. 14 plus 0.5 is 14.5. 19 plus 0.5 is 19.5. Okay, so on and so forth. Now, let us check whether this class has become continuous or not. Here you have 9.5. Here also you have 9.5. Here you have 14.5. And here also you have 14.5. So if you see, the upper class limit of any class and the lower class limit of the next class is always same. So now it has become continuous. But what will you do about this? तुम्हें पता है राइट, ये कंटिन्यूस क्लास है तो यहाँ पे जो नंबर है राइट साइड का वो तो 4.5 होना चाहिए क्योंकि ये दोनों हमेशा सेम होते हैं नंबर्स कंटिन्यूस में. सो यहाँ पे 4.5 होगा. लेफ्ट साइड का क्या नंबर होगा? ये एज है राइट, एज सबसे छोटा एज क्या होता है? 0. सो यहाँ पे कौन सा नंबर होगा? 0 to 4.5. ये हम लोग ने गेस कर लिया. ओके, so now we have the continuous class. Now you all know how to solve this question, right? You all know how to find mode. You all will find f1, f0, f2, modal class, then capital L, small h, then you will put the formula, you will substitute, calculate and write the final answer. Okay, so I'll wait for 5 seconds for you all to do all that. जस्ट रिमेंबर कि अभी मॉडल क्लास तुम लोग यहाँ पे लेफ्ट साइड में नहीं लोगे, इस क्लास में नहीं लोगे. मॉडल क्लास तुम लोग कंटिन्यूअस क्लास में लोगे. ओके, जस्ट कीप दैट इन माइंड एंड ट्राई टू सॉल्व इट बाय योरसेल्फ. Once you solve it, then you can cross check with my answers. Okay, I'll wait for 5 seconds for you to pause the video here and solve the remaining sum by yourself. Only when you solve by yourself and then see where you are making mistakes, you will improve. Okay, if you don't solve by yourself, just copy after seeing whatever or however I am solving, you won't make progress. So make sure you're solving this by yourself right now. Okay, I'll wait for 5 seconds for you to pause the video and do that. Okay, I hope you have paused the video and you have completed the sum. Okay, if you did not get the sum correctly, that's okay, we'll discuss now and you can make the correction now. Okay, so I've made the class continuous. So our second step is done. Okay, if the classes are not continuous, then make them continuous. Now third step is find f1, f0 and f1 and also the modal class. तो उसके लिए क्या करते हैं हम लोग? फ्रीक्वेंसी टेबल में फ्रीक्वेंसी कॉलम में सबसे ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी है वो ढूंढते हैं. ओके, तो 38, 32, 50, 36, 24, 20. तो हाईएस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी किसका है? 50 का. सो 50 विल बी माय f1. 50 के ऊपर वाला f0, नीचे वाला f2 और 50 के लेफ्ट साइड वाला मॉडल क्लास. यहाँ पे मॉडल क्लास नहीं लेना है. ओके, यू विल टेक द मॉडल क्लास इन कंटिन्यूअस क्लास. इसलिए हम लोग ने कंटिन्यूअस क्लास बनाया. अगर यहाँ पे लेना था मॉडल क्लास तो इसको कंटिन्यूअस क्लास क्यों बनाया हम लोग ने? So remember always, so whenever you make continuous class, the model class will be in the continuous class now. Okay, so this is your continuous class. Next, third step is done. Now you will do the fourth step, find capital L and small h. So capital L model class का lower class limit है, so 9.5 हो जाएगा वो. Capital H 14.5 minus 9.5 which comes to 5. Okay, 14.5 minus 9.5 is 5. F1 F0 F2 हम लोग ने ऑलरेडी फाइंड आउट कर लिया था, यहाँ पे मार्क कर दिया था. नेक्स्ट यू विल use the formula to find mode. So ये formula, again all the formulas have to be by heart. Okay, mean, median, mode तीनों के formulas by heart होने चाहिए. अगर वहीं पे mistake हो गया, you lose precious and easy marks. So now substitute the formula, use the formula, substitute values in the formula and start calculating, and then you will have to write the final answer. Okay, final answer in pencil box. So go to the question again, find the mode of ages of the patients. So and तुम्हें answer क्या मिला 12.31. So your answer will be the mode of ages of the patients is 12.31 years. Okay, simple. Everything remains the same, बस second step एक extra step हो जाता है. वो जो continuous class नहीं है उसको continuous कैसे बनाना है. Okay, and there are only 3 small steps that you have to do for that. Okay, let us move ahead now. So we are done with, okay, give me a minute. Yes, so we are done with fourth question of practice set 6.3. तो बच गया था. Also practice set 6.2 का third sum बचा था. Here, so practice at 6.2 is about median. Okay, so let us try to solve that question now. So what does this question say? The following table shows the classification of number of vehicles and their speeds on Mumbai Pune expressway. Okay, so Mumbai Pune expressway पे कितने गाड़ियां किस स्पीड से जा रही थी उसका डेटा. You have to find the median of the data. So what does this table tell you? 10 गाड़ियां, vehicles यानी गाड़ी, right? 10 vehicles had speed between 60 to 64 kilometers per hour. 34 vehicles had speed between 64 to 69 kilometers per hour. 55 vehicles had speed between 70 to 74 vehicles. Okay, so this is the information that is being conveyed through this table. Okay, what is the first step then? First step is make 2 columns, class and frequency. Both of them are given in the question. Okay, so before you make the 2 tables, just note that there is some mistake in the textbook. Just check whether those mistakes are there in your textbook as well. For example, first mistake is यहाँ पे 64 लिखा है. It is not 64, it is 65. Hence I have written 65 here. Next, यहाँ पे भी एक mistake है, यहाँ पे 79 लिखा है. It is not 79, it is 80. Hence I have written 80 over here. And last is यहाँ पे 84 लिखा है. It is not 84, it is 85. So I have written 85 over here. So just make sure that you are correcting these printing mistakes in your textbook. Okay. So this is how the table will look like. Next, first step is done. Second step is make the classes continuous if they are not continuous. Okay, so let us check, are the classes continuous here? यहाँ पे 64 है, यहाँ पे 65 continuous नहीं है. 69 70 not continuous. 74 75 not continuous. So what you observe is यहाँ पे कोई भी class continuous नहीं है. So you will have to make them continuous. How do you make them continuous? You have 3 steps, right? These are your steps. First, make a new column which is continuous class का column. Okay, then first step, find the difference between upper class limit of a class and lower class limit of next class. तो basically ये दो numbers का difference find out करना होता है. Okay, ये जो दो numbers same होने चाहिए but same नहीं है, उनका difference find out करो. So यहाँ पे 65 minus 64 will be 1 और 70 minus 69 that is also 1. Any you do, it will be 1. यहाँ पे देखो last में 85 minus 84 is also 1, 80 minus 79 is also 1. So जो gap होता है classes के बीच में उसको find out करना है. So 64 minus 60, 65 minus 64 1, या फिर 70 minus, यहाँ पे मैंने क्या लिखा है, 70 minus 69 आएगा. Okay, there's a printing mistake here. It's not 9, 69 होगा. 70 minus 69 is also 1. So our difference is 1. Second step is divide the difference by 2. So 1 divided by 2, 0.5 हो गया. Then subtract this number from all the lower class limits, यानी जो left side के numbers है, and add this number to all the upper class limits, यानी जो ऊपर के number है. Sorry, ऊपर नहीं, right के number है, right side के number. So 0.5 subtract करना शुरू करो. 60 minus 0.5, 59.5. 65 minus 0.5, 64.5. 70 minus 0.5, 69.5, so on and so forth. सारे लोअर क्लास में सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है, राइट साइड के नंबर यानी अपर क्लास लिमिट में ऐड करना है. सो 64 plus 0.5 is 64.5. 69 plus 0.5 is 69.5. 70 plus 74 plus 0.5 is 74.5. So now just check अगर ये कंटिन्यूस हो चुके हैं या नहीं. 64.5 यहाँ पे भी 64.5. Here you have 69.5, here also you have 69.5, so on and so forth. So now these classes are continuous. There's no gap between the classes. So second step is also done now. Okay, now you know how to solve the rest of the sum, right? How do you find median? You all already know. So now again try to solve the sum by yourself. Again, when you're choosing median class, then you will choose class from continuous class and not this class. Okay, So I'll just quickly revise what steps you will do. First you will find summation fi. Okay, इनका summation, sorry, before that you will first find cumulative frequency. Okay, यहाँ से frequency से cumulative frequency का एक column बना दो, cumulative frequency find out करो, then find summation fi. Summation fi का जो आंसर आएगा और cumulative frequency में जो लास्ट नंबर है दोनों सेम होने चाहिए. That is your n, capital N. Divide capital N by 2, you will get n by 2. फिर n by 2 को cumulative frequency में ढूंढना है such that cumulative frequency is bigger than n by 2. So उसके लेफ्ट साइड का f हो जाएगा, उसके लेफ्ट साइड का कंटिन्यूअस क्लास हो जाएगा, उसके ऊपर का cf हो जाएगा. Then use the formula, substitute, calculate and find the final answer. Okay, you have already practiced finding median, so try to do this by yourself and then we will cross check. Okay, pause the video here and try to solve the remaining sum by yourself. Okay, I'll wait for 5 seconds for you to pause the video and do that. Okay, I hope you have paused the video and you have tried to solve the remaining sum and get the final answer. Now let us cross check. Okay, next step क्या है? Find less than cumulative type frequency. Less than type cumulative frequency. Okay, so how do you find less than type cumulative frequency? First number को वैसे के वैसे लिखो. So 10 को वैसे के वैसे 10 लिख दिया. So 10 plus 34 will be 44. 44 plus 55 will be 99. 99 plus 85 will be 184. 184 plus 10 is 194. 194 plus 6 is 200. So you have found cumulative frequency of less than type. Next you have to find summation. Okay, so third step is done. Next you have to find summation fi which is equal to capital N. So summation fi इन सबको add करके क्या number आ रहा है? तो the number we get is 200 and that number should be equal to the number we get in the last number of cumulative frequency column. Okay, so हमें 200 मिल गया. Okay, I'll wait for that bar to go away. Yeah, so we have found summation fi to be 200 नीचे यहाँ पे. Next step, calculate n by 2. So if your n is 200, so n by 2 will be 100. So you've also calculated n by 2. Mark CF, which is cumulative frequency, F, which is frequency, and median class. You have to mark this in the table and then find capital L and small h, right? So कैसे find out करते हैं? जो n by 2 है, इसको compare करो cumulative frequency वाले column से. Okay, so 10 is less than 100, we'll move ahead. 44 is less than 100, we'll move ahead. 99 is less than 100, we'll move ahead. 184 is greater than 100. 100 से बड़ा नंबर आ गया cumulative frequency में, यानी उसके लेफ्ट साइड का f हो जाएगा, उसके लेफ्ट साइड का मीडियन क्लास हो जाएगा. डोंट टेक दिस एज योर मीडियन क्लास नाउ. तुम लोग ने कंटिन्यूअस क्लास बनाया, उसमें से मीडियन क्लास लोगे, ये वाला नहीं लोगे. ओके, मेनी स्टूडेंट्स टेक दिस एज द मीडियन क्लास, पूरा क्वेश्चन गलत हो जाता है. तुम लोग ने कंटिन्यूअस क्लास क्यों बनाया? ताकि उसको मीडियन क्लास ले सको, राइट? सो 184 के बाजू वाला f, उसके बाजू वाला मीडियन क्लास और उसके ऊपर वाला cf. ओके, so next is use the formula for median. You know this is the formula for median. So we have found median class, we have found lower class limit of median which is 74.5. we have found h क्या है? दोनों को subtract कर दो median class के numbers को. 79.5 minus 74.5, that will come to 5. okay, small h is 5. बाकी table में mark किया था. Then write the formula. Again I'm telling you all, formula for mean, median, mode should be by heart. Till now use the formula, substitute the values in the formula, calculate and then write the final answer. Okay, so last step remaining is write the final answer in the pencil box. So for that you will have to read the question again. Find the median data. Find the median data. How will you write the answer in statement form? The median of the given data is 75 kilometers per hour. Okay, so that is your final answer. So I've also found out mean for a frequency table which did not have continuous class. Okay, so that's it for this learning session. I hope you understood how to make classes which are not continuous into continuous classes, and then how do you continue solving for mode and median. Okay, mean के लिए continuous class की जरूरत नहीं होती है, सिर्फ mode और median के लिए continuous class होना चाहिए. Okay, so just check whether you have achieved today's learning objective or not. Students will be able to find median and mode when the classes are not continuous. So if I give you a frequency table जिसमें classes continuous नहीं है, will you be able to find its median and will you be able to find its mode? That is the question you'll have to answer for yourself. Okay, so that's it for this learning session. I hope you enjoyed and understood whatever I had to teach all today. I hope to see you all in the next one. Till then, see you guys and bye. Have a nice day.